Hi, I'm Brett Jones, and I'm a professor and motivation scientist at Virginia Tech. This presentation with my assistant is an overview of the music model of motivation. For more information about the music model, please visit themusicmodel.com.
Are you a teacher or professor who wants to motivate and engage your students? If so, then the music model of motivation is perfect for you. The music model can be used to teach any subject area, including math, history, and even music.
Okay, that's enough. They get the idea. If you've ever searched the web, you know that it's easy to find a lot of motivational tips. And if you look in books, you can find many motivation theories and concepts. But which ones do you need to motivate your students?
Well, the music model of motivation is designed to help you. Music is an acronym to help you remember the 5 key principles for motivating students.
Instructors need to ensure that students feel empowered by having the ability to make decisions about some aspects of their learning. Understand why what they are learning is useful for their short or long-term goals. Believe that they can succeed if they put forth the effort. Are interested in the content and instructional activities. And believe that the others in the learning environment care about their learning and them as a person.
The music model can be used to design instruction to motivate others, diagnose problems hindering motivation, and research factors associated with motivating others. So, you may be wondering how the music model works.
Well, the instructor creates motivating conditions through assignments, assessments, teaching, communication, and really everything that she does. These things affect students' perceptions of empowerment, usefulness, success, interest, and caring. These have been identified by researchers over many years as perceptions that lead students to become engaged in learning activities, which means that they attend classes on time, are eager to be involved, are focused, are curious, etc. And as a result of this, students learn more.
So, now let's discuss some strategies that instructors can use to affect students' perceptions of the music model components. Let's start with empowerment and work our way through all the components. For empowerment, instructors need to ensure that students feel empowered by having the ability to make decisions about some aspects of their learning.
To design for empowerment, instructors should consider the following. Do students believe that they have control over some aspects of their learning? Instructors should provide choices, but not overwhelm students with choices. I like to call this empowerment in bounds. It's like keeping a football in bounds. The instructor can decide how big to make the field, and even what type of surface students should play on. But on that field, the instructor gives the students some empowerment to have control to make decisions and decide which plays to run. Another thing for an instructor to consider is, do students believe that the instructor empowers them and doesn't try to manipulate their behavior? An instructor can do this by providing rationales for rules and directions. If students understand why they're being asked to do something, they're less likely to think that the instructor is using his power simply to control them and manipulate their behavior.
For usefulness, instructors need to ensure that students understand why what they are learning is useful for their short or long-term goals. To design for usefulness, instructors should consider: do students understand why what they are learning is useful to their interests, to their career goals, and/or in the real world? One way to do this is explicitly explain the usefulness of what they are learning. Another way is to provide activities that demonstrate this. For example, an activity in which the usefulness becomes apparent as students engage in the activity.
Although all of the 5 components are important, it does seem that designing for success can be one of the most critical, in that if students don't believe that they can succeed, they may not be motivated to engage, even if they're interested. Because of this, I often claim that success is a necessary but not sufficient condition for motivation. A key point here is that the music components are about students' perceptions, not reality. For example, if a student got a high test score but didn't believe that he could be successful in that subject area in the future, then he'd be less likely to engage in related activities in the future. Perceptions matter.
Instructors need to ensure that students believe that they can succeed if they put forth the effort. Instructors should consider: do students understand the instructor's expectations of them? Instructors can design for success by having explicit criteria, such as clear directions or rubrics for grading projects or papers. Second, do students find the learning activities challenging so that they're not too hard or easy? One way instructors can make activities challenging is by dividing complex learning activities into sections that are more manageable. Third, do students receive regular feedback about their level of competence? Instructors can do this by providing opportunities for regular feedback, such as short quizzes or assignments more frequently, or other ways for feedback on different types of learning. A final point I will make here is, do students believe that they can succeed if they put forth the effort? Obviously, students need help when they're struggling too much. If they don't receive this help, they get frustrated and may either stop engaging or decide to cheat.
The fourth component is interest. Instructors need to ensure that students are interested in the content and instructional activities. To design for interest, instructors should consider, do students demonstrate an interest in the course activities? Instructors can trigger students' interest in a variety of ways, even if students are not initially interested in the topic. Simply varying learning activities can be very effective. An instructor might use the best method in the world, but if it's used in the same way over and over again during a course or school year, students will become bored. Presenting visually stimulating materials can be interesting, but don't overstimulate students because it might distract them from your main message. Using novelty and providing surprising information can be used to keep students interested. This includes introducing things that students may not already be familiar with. Students often report that interacting with others stimulates their interest. Also, the use of games and humor can be effective in generating interest. Getting students emotionally engaged through contradictions or controversies can keep students' attention as well.
The final component instructors should consider is to design for caring. Instructors need to ensure that students believe that others in the learning environment care about their learning and them as a person. To design for caring, instructors should ask themselves, do students believe that the instructor cares about whether they achieve the course objectives? There are many ways to show caring. One of them is to devote time and energy to helping students. Another is to use the music model. When students see that the instructor put time and effort into preparing instructional materials, students believe that the instructor cares about their success in the course. Another question is, do students believe that the instructor cares about their well-being? This might include making reasonable accommodations for extraordinary events, such as serious health problems or a death in the family. It might also include the more personable aspects of a relationship, such as asking how they are doing.
To summarize a few points about the music model, you don't need all 5 components to motivate students, but it helps. All 5 components are students' perceptions. Perceptions can be measured using the music model inventory, which is available for free at the music model website. And remember, the music model can be applied to any instructional approach, such as problem-based learning, discussion, flipping, and even lecture. We hope that you found this brief overview of the music model of motivation helpful. More information is provided at the musicmodel.com website. Feel free to contact me by email at brettdjones@gmail.com.